Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. Well, I got a viewer letter today from one of my guys who has a fairly late model, 40 horsepower John Deere tractor with low hours. And he's asking, do I keep it or do I sell it? And I'm going to recommend that he sell it. We'll see if you agree with me. Let's get to the letter. Letter comes from Glenn. And Glenn says, "Hi Mike, I watch your videos frequently. I have 9 acres and need a mid-sized tractor around 40 horsepower for my property. I've never owned a tractor until recently when I bought my small farm. I inherited a 2005 John Deere 990 two-wheel drive, great shape with only 235 hours. This tractor does not have a front-end loader or the hydraulic system required for a loader. In your opinion, is it worth it to try to find a loader and have it installed on my tractor? Can front loaders even be found for my tractor, or is it best to sell my tractor and buy a used four-wheel drive with a front loader? Finally, what is my tractor worth, ballpark?" Well, Glenn, a lot to unpack there, but first let's talk about the 990 tractor. Here's what we're talking about, and this is not actually Glenn's tractor. This is a tractor that was for sale at Mast Tractor in Dundee, Ohio. And they're letting me use the video of their tractor. It's probably real close to what Glenn has. Thank you, John, for letting me use the video. Now, Glenn, one thing I want to say here, you said the hydraulic system on your tractor wasn't adequate for a front-end loader. As far as I know, it's got the same hydraulic system as tractors that had front-end loaders. There's no difference in the two. So hydraulics are not an issue in this case. The 990 tractors were produced in the early 2000s. It's got a Yanmar engine, great tractor, simple tractor. It wasn't a high-feature tractor. And they came, unfortunately, in both 2- and 4-wheel drive. And 2-wheel drive compact tractors, in my opinion, are a no-go with a front-end loader. Now, if you've got one and you have good luck with it, you can argue with me in the comments down below and let Glenn know. But my first experience with a 2-wheel drive compact tractor came when I worked at a dealership. And I had been a factory rep for a farm equipment company for years, never been on a 2-wheel drive compact tractor, but everybody in the industry that I ran around with said, "You don't want one. Trust us. Bad news. No traction." And so I worked for this farm equipment company for 10 years, and then I went to work for a dealership. And I was out on the dealership lot one day moving around a New Holland TC35 tractor, 2-wheel drive. And we had ordered one in case somebody wanted one for like mowing, and it had no loader on it, just a 2-wheel drive tractor, no loader. And it was on our lot, and it had been sitting there a long time, and I was moving it in the morning with a little dew on the grass. And as far as I was concerned, our lot was flat. I mean, compared to the rest of the ground I'm around in the Ozarks, it's flat. But there was just an ever so slight grade back, and I was trying to back up the grade. And I started up that grade with that 2-wheel drive tractor and almost immediately lost traction. And I could feel the wheels spinning, and I'm like, oh, now I understand. So a 2-wheel drive tractor, and this one had turf tires on it, if I remember right, and that could have an impact. 2-wheel drive, compact tractor is really prone to losing traction quickly. So Glenn, just from that fact alone, I'm going to recommend that you not get a front-end loader for this tractor. Now, having said that, I grew up on 2-wheel drive tractors with front-end loaders, and they worked great, but they were utility tractors. When you get up in the bigger tractors with more weight and more frame, they're fine with a front-end loader. It's the compact tractors that struggle. Now, to answer your question, can you get a front-end loader? Now, I did a video about this a while back. You can. In my mind, I know of 3 companies, actually maybe 4, that still offer front-end loaders for all tractors. And they are Westendorf, based in Iowa, and that's what got them started. Quaker, or Koyker, K-O-Y-K-E-R, they're a company up in the Dakotas that has offered front-end loaders for a long time, and you could probably get a Quaker loader for this. And Bush Hog and Rhino. And I say Bush Hog and Rhino, they're owned by the same people, and they offer an ALO or Quickie loader branded either Bush Hog or Rhino. So you can get aftermarket loaders. Now I did a video, and I'll post a link up here not too long ago, The last thing your local farm equipment dealership salesperson wants is to get a call from you asking to price out one of these loaders. And the reason being, it takes a long time to piece together a loader. To piece together a loader and get a quote for it, it's almost like assembling a jigsaw puzzle. And this time of year when everybody's busy, and even in the dead of the winter, nobody wants that call. So you can get a loader for it, and an aftermarket loader. I'm going to guess it's going to cost at least $6,000 or $7,000 to get it trucked in, get it put on, maybe more. And your tractor is not going to be worth that much more with the front end loader than without. It's not going to double in value or anything, because your tractor's worth, and I'll show you where to look it up in a video here at the end, what its actual value is, but it's not going to make it worth a lot more. And you're going to struggle with traction, is my opinion. Now, the last thing that's working against you here is the transmission. That 990 tractor had a crash box transmission, 9x3 partially synchronized transmission. And it might have been synchronized, I don't remember, and you can put in comments down below if you know, but it could have been synchronized from 1 gear forward to 1 gear reverse that were fairly close to the same speed, but it's not a true shuttle. And so if you're doing loader work and you're running forward in 1 gear and then you shift to reverse, you're going to have to come to a complete stop to shift into reverse and go back. Unless there's 1 gear that matches the gear you're in and it's synchronized forward to reverse. And some tractors of that era had that. I'm not sure about the John Deere. But bottom line, the transmission is not ideal for loader work. You're going to lose a lot of traction. Now, the thing we don't know is what tires are on the John Deere 990, and that might make a difference. And the main thing, Glenn, is what you're using the 990 for. If you're just piddling around a little estate and you use a loader once a month, then maybe it kind of makes sense. If you have sentimental value in the tractor, as Dad's tractor, you want to keep it in the family, then maybe it makes sense. But if you're wanting to use it a lot for loader work, get another tractor. Get rid of that John Deere 990, and because it's green and green sells, you might be able to get a fair amount of money for it toward a new 40 horsepower tractor with a front end loader already on it. Now, as far as used loaders go, there's occasionally a used loader. I went on and Googled loader for 990 and came up with one listing that sold back in 2022, but nothing else out there. So there's not a good chance of you finding a good used loader. So anyone that has one of these loaders knows it's a seller's market and they're going to get a premium price out of that loader. So Glenn, long and the short of it is I would probably recommend you get rid of that 990. Even though it belonged to a family member, you inherited it, it's paid for, and only got 200 plus hours on it, I'd get rid of it and get a tractor with 4-wheel drive, a transmission you like, and a front end loader already on it. Now, Glenn also asked, how much is my 990 worth? And I did a video on that a while back, and I also did a video about why no salesperson wants a call to price out a new loader on a used tractor. Here's a link to both those videos right here. Here's a link to my website and the Tractor Fun Store with cool things for sale for the tractor owner. It helps support my channel. And here's where you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, and that really helps me out. Thanks for watching.